If you'd like to display text or allow user input in an app, you'll need to make use of text elements and text fields respectively. In this video, you'll learn more about these controls and explore how they are used to deal with text. Before moving on to the demonstration, recall that text elements, or simply text, is a view that displays one or more lines of read-only text on the screen. TextField is another element for dealing with text that displays text and allows input, like the box you use when you fill, for example, your name or address in a form online. Now that you've revisited the purpose of these elements, let's explore how to use them. Imagine Little Lemon would like text displayed in their app when a customer is signing up for their newsletter. A text element can be used to do so by simply typing the command text, followed by the string you want to display. In this case, subscribe now. Typing the command like this means SwiftUI will use the default values for the font type, color, and size. As a result, the font will be System, the color black, and the size of the type body. If you want to refine the text by applying styles, you can change the syntax as follows. This command tells SwiftUI to write the string subscribe now using the font of the type system, size 36 points, weight light, and design serif. The text is also marked as italic. The refined text is now displayed on screen. If you want to display text using more sophisticated refinements, you can use attributed strings like this. Notice that just the 30% is written in bold. As evident in the defined attribute string, I've used Markdown language to specify that 30% should be written in bold. In Markdown, surrounding characters with double asterisks mean rendering these characters bold. Because the whole text element is marked to be italic, and the 30% is marked to be bold, this word will be rendered in bold italic and the remaining text just italic. Notably, if the text sent to a text element is larger than the available space, the text element will always try to use as much space as possible. If the element can expand, it will, both horizontally and vertically. That's why in this example, the text is broken into multiple lines. And if the provided text is too large for the space available and the text element is not allowed to expand, the text will be truncated. Let's simulate a restriction to the text element by defining a maximum number of lines using the modifier lineLimit. The text is now truncated. Later in this course, you will discover the ways SwiftUI provides to control how the text flows and limits its expansion in one direction or the other. Now, let's examine an example of a simple text field, one that asks Little Lemon's users to type in their name when signing up for the newsletter. This is an example of a simple text field. After adding the text field to the project, Xcode indicates that value is missing. This is because it's expecting a special variable to be defined as the control variable. Let's create that variable of type string and name it input value. It will initially be empty. Note that the keyword state has been added to the variable. Recall that this keyword is called a property wrapper, as you learned previously. All that's left to do is to connect the variable to the text field by typing the variable name preceded by a $sign. From now on, every value typed in the text field will be stored automatically in input value, and any change to input value will force the text field to update automatically. Going forward, you will discover how to read values typed in text fields and how to customize them to your liking. In this lesson, you gained insight into the differences between text elements and text fields, and their use in practice as well as their diverse characteristics and purposes. You were also introduced to how to stylize them and use Markdown language to display text.